Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. In the last episode, we're about maybe halfway through the trial, I think, and everyone had kind of given up, but Aoi has a question, so what was it you wanted to ask, darling?
Well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Good question.
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
That's it, Taka. Use logic and reason. There we go.
Then, maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way.
Oh shit, is Hifumi about to say something smart?
They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Ms. Maizono just let him in.
Hifumi's got it! He's actually... I want to say good for you, Hifumi, but my hatred of you is just too grand.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, Makoto, you poor naive boy.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
And you instantly became lame again, Hifumi.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
The reason there's no way Sayaka invited her killer into the room... I already have the answer. Okay. Okay, let's see. Why couldn't she have invited someone? I'm guessing it's the... Here's the thing, I'm going off the assumption that she did invite someone in. But if I'm thinking like Makoto, if I'm thinking like a simp, then I'm going to assume it's switching rooms.
I got it! Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
Okay, I think I got it. The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching? To have a guy, to have a fall guy, that was the point of switching.
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Thank you, Kyoko. Back me up here.
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
Because you're a simp and you could have taken the fall. You could have.
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
Oh, what is this? There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplate to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay, Sayaka? Oh, I'm saying it right there.
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil.
Kyoko, you clever girl.
And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows.
I just like Kyoko being like, I did a thing, and Aoi's just like, oh my god! I saw that on TV! It's great.
When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Okay. She was even using our stationery. God damn.
Huh?
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there,
or Sayaka, who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But
Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Then, that note, Sayaka wrote it?
but why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Hifumi, who let you out of horny jail? Get back in.
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
Bullshit.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Really, Celeste?
Huh? What makes you say that? Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Yes, I would. You're incorrect, but yes.
Very well then. Pay attention.
Okay. Dorm nameplate. Okay.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room. I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room. Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem that way.
Okay. The reason the killer went to my room and not Sayaka's, despite what the note said, it must be because...
Sayaka and Makoto
Okay,
switched
it's just
rooms,
gonna
correct?
repeat. Good stuff.
But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I think we want...
So if someone read that
I think we want the next one.
then they would have gone to Sayaka's room. Exactly. The room that Makoto...
No, it's wrong.
Nice.
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right?
Okay, then who did it?
Sayaka did it. There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. It was Sayaka. Makoto, have you finally realized, Makoto? You were her fall guy. You were the guy who was gonna take the blame for her murder.
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate.
Just in case Leon had made a mental note of where Sayaka was staying. And as they said, their rooms weren't right next door to each other. It wasn't like they were like down the corridor, so oof.
She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
Because she wanted to do a murder.
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To kill!
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room.
Oh, okay, Kyoko. I will follow your line of logic.
That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her.
Close.
We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
I think that was used as a defensive weapon. Now that I know that Sayaka got the kitchen knife, I think that Leon probably grabbed that to defend himself. That's why the case would have slashes on it.
Oh yeah, what's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
Because of the gold. The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is because... it's because of the... wait a minute. Wait. I feel like it has to be one of these two. Oh no. No, wait a minute. The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is... that I'm not sure. I'm genuinely not too sure. But I have 2 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna go with this.
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword! Right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Hifumi pretending he understands even part of this. Okay, buddy.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
What happened in my room? And what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Sure. Are you getting used to these non-stop debates? I think I am. Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder. Oh no. But just like with the weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge. You can press the Q key, okay, Q, to rotate the cylinder and choose which bullet to fire. Press and release the Q key to cycle through each bullet. Or you can use the mouse wheel, got it. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. Just to remind you, I set logic difficulty onto the hardest. For our purposes, this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay. We've got this, it's gonna be fine. Okay.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword
Okay.
And that's when the first blow was dealt. The sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist.
So, she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away. But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
Okay. Okay. The sword was used first, and then the knife came afterward. Is that really the order of events? That leads to some unexplainable details.
When the fighting broke
Okay,
out,
I think we want...
the culprit
I think we want the
grabbed
sheath.
sword. And that's when the first blow was dealt. The sword-based sneak attack.
No, it's wrong. Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched.
Exactly, someone had tried to defend themselves with it first.
See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
Oh, Mondo, sweetheart. It's okay.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Oh, Taka, you're getting yourself worked up over nothing. That's not how it went.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Okay. The part of her body that shows she never used the sword, it'd be her palms. She'd have gold on her palms if she were touching that.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Because there's no gold on it, love.
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Toko! Oh no, I'm being chased by someone who wants to kill me and I'm hiding in the bathroom. What am I gonna do with my last few minutes? Better wash my hands.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
No.
No, that's not it at all.
There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because the water was off, it was night.
I got it! According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Oh, why not? Are you okay? I'm kind of concerned for Toko. I don't like her, but I'm concerned for her.
Oh my.
Hifumi!
You're no different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
An insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
The one who damaged the sheath would have had to have been the one without the sword. It was Sayaka.
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
And now it finally dawns on people.
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
It's almost as if attacking someone with a knife... they might have wanted to do a murder, but maybe they didn't. What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct?
Correct.
Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
Yup.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky?
Big risks, big rewards.
For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Aw, Makoto. Poor betrayed Makoto.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
I don't like the fact that you look so smug, but I do agree with your point.
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
Can I just say, I love Leon's expression throughout all of this. It's just... oh no, what is happening? I'm gonna be found out in a minute.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true! Because
you're a simp, and that's why.
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument. You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery.
Also, very quickly, I'ma grab that, thank you.
If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. The writing on the wall, buddy. I'm gonna grab dying message, because, I think that
It's easy
one...
just to say, hey, decide
There we
who
go.
did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
No, there is.
No, that's wrong. There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining? Wait, what did you say?
Dining? Leon, does Leon have a hearing problem?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember?
I'm also just gonna grab that, just in case.
11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
There's even like a diagonal slash between the ones.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Yes! There's no question that Sayaka wrote that message, and I can prove it. It was her index finger.
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Oh, I'm assuming she was right-handed. Maybe that's why the diagonal slash is a bit faint. Okay.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Someone, please just do a handstand. Just do a simple handstand, someone.
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers.
Again! Hifumi, the second person to figure this out. Oh my god, he's a lot smarter than I give him credit for.
Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
That's it, atta girl.
Whoa, you might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Mondo, don't you talk about Chihiro like that.
Our little girly cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Come on, put it together. Damn it, it's no use. I just don't know. Just turn your head. Turn your head, buddy. If one of them's a letter, then they're all letters. Come on, people.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Thank you. Huh? Rotate it? I think maybe I see something.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
Because it was easy to figure out.
So, whose name did she write?
Sayaka's dying message reveals the real killer's name. And you know what? I'm gonna pause right here. I've only got a minute left on my recording anyway, so in the next one, the killer's identity will finally be revealed. It's Leon. We already know it's Leon. It's just taken these guys a while to figure that out. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.